Hi, it's Charlie giving you Monday's video. Hope you're very well, and I just wanted to discuss why the next 6 months or so is the best time to be trading. And the reality is it's the Northern Hemisphere winter, and we tend to find more liquidity in the markets over our winter months through to late spring, so sort of way through till May, June of next year. So this period now, over the next 6 to 8 months, is the best time to be trading. Then you get the summer, which can drop off a little bit. Still, summer, I mean, we still find that even last summer there was still plenty going on actually, but certainly the best time of the year is where we are right now, going all the way through till sort of May time or so of next year. So when you're planning out your trading, and those are the sort of things to take into consideration, this is the time when you should be putting your foot down. And then over the summer months is when sometimes you take your foot off the accelerator a little bit because you've got more disruptions, you might be taking a holiday or whatever. So certainly right now it's the best time to be trading in my book. Winter nights draw in, don't go out so much, and there's just more going on usually in the markets, lots of liquidity, lots of news and everything that we've got at the moment, obviously after last Friday as well. Then a great time of the year to be trading. Right, now I'm going to have just a very quick look at these markets, but there's not a lot to say right now. Obviously on the back end of last Friday, I'm not going to discuss that, no point. I wasn't around for non-farm payrolls. I'm sure Kim's done a separate video on his analysis of the markets anyway. But yeah, so the euro's carried on coming down. So that pattern I talked about, probably about 4 weeks ago now, has played out quite nicely in that it's played really nicely to the downside. It's now taken out these secondary lows. I didn't know if it was just going to come and take these first lows and then settle and then go up again. It's not. So it's broken that trend line now. So for now, the trend is looking. We've broken these lows. It's looking like the trend is going to continue to the downside. So that's what I'd be looking for there. Overall, I think we've had that nice move down last week. Maybe at some point we're going to get some sort of relief bounce, which we're sort of doing so far today. But we'll keep our eye out on that anyway. With regards to some of the other markets, and let's zoom in on a couple of them. And let's have a look, see if I can find it on my list here. So let me just press pause while I'm looking for it. Right, okay, so we've got dollar CAD here. It's had this nice push up. It's broken these prior highs from October. So we'd have to assume that it might want to start at some point marching its way back up for these highs up here at 134. So we'd have to be looking at that as it currently stands. But I always keep an open mind, and I think this is one thing to bear in mind. Doesn't matter how obvious a market looks at the time you're looking at it, there's always the possibility it goes and does something else. So at the moment, the obvious view is that the dollar continues to strengthen overall, and so that would mean dollar CAD obviously going higher, dollar yen going higher. Let's have a look at dollar yen as well. So dollar yen going higher as well. So that's the obvious scenario, but you always have to keep it at the back of your mind that just when you think it's obvious that it could then do a pullback or whatever. So keep an open mind to trading anyway. But when you've got conviction, you just go with your conviction and you just manage the trade out. You don't have to be a predictor in order to make money from the markets. But I look at the markets all of the time, and my analysis isn't always correct, but still make money from the markets. So I'm not always right about my longer term views or whatever, but that doesn't matter because you manage your trades, you manage your positions, and very often you're into a position where you can't lose. And so then if it doesn't work out, well, you still don't overall lose too much, or you do get your stop outs, but it doesn't really matter because you make enough on your winning trades to make up for those trades or the analysis when the analysis is incorrect. So that's where we are at the moment. Just want to share just some of those thoughts with you. Keep it brief. And but dollar yen, dollar CAD, yes, still look like the path of least resistance is still to the upside. Same with the euro, looks like the path of least resistance obviously is to the downside right now. But of course we could put a little bounce in on the euro, some more of a bounce yet, considering it's got in the short term a little bit oversold. But overall, we should be looking for it to weaken off again at some point. Have a good week. I'll be back on Friday for live trading.